'cause I know that it's something real. Gonna say how I feel, 'cause I know that it's something real. Hey, hey. Gonna say how I feel, 'cause I know that it's something real.
Oops, wrong one, wrong one. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Hang on, guys. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Hang on. Hello, everybody. Just a second. I was working on tomorrow's and I moved everything around and I goofed up. It's been a day. Let me see. There we go. I'll go there. I'll drag that up. So hi, everybody. How are you guys? Good to see you. Good to have everybody here. It's nice. It's Friday. Yay. Yay. I hope everybody can hear me. Let me check my sound. Yep, it seems to be doing all right. Seems to be doing all right. Let's check in. Deirdre's here. Hi, Deidre. Hi, Janet. How are you doing? Makes me smile. The Friday. I know. Oh, good. Janet, you got your book today. I'm glad. That makes me happy. Yes, yes. Yeah, this is my, where did they go? Where's my Friday? It's all the way up there. What did I do? There we go. And this is fun. So this is my favorite thing. There. Yes, a little bit of Friday. A little bit of Friday. So, it's been a day of I was out, went back up to the Two Waters storage shed for our Arts Alliance and worked on inventory and working through things. Man, so much stuff. Oh my gosh. We found somebody had donated. Angie, is Angie here yet? No, she's not. Hi, Helen. Okay, I have to come back to Helen in just a second, you guys. Oh, but we found somebody had donated like a whole box of different Sume-E materials, from brand new brushes to ink pots to full sets and paper and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be fun to do that with a class of kids. I'm excited because now I have a whole bunch of stuff. So everybody, if you haven't seen the video that Helen put out, yes, Helen put out one in a tribute to her cat, Kitty, and my husband and I just watched it, and it was fabulous. I have the weirdest sound going off in my ears. It sounds like, it feels like I'm in a tunnel. Let's see if it sounds different there. Nope. Oh well, I'll just steal. I may take them out. I may take them out because it sounds very strange to myself, what I'm listening to. Maybe I'll just listen to one. But the piece that Helen did today, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And she used a funnel, and it was just fascinating to watch. It was really lovely, really lovely. Yeah, so Deirdre's here, Janet's here, Helen's here. You missed Ooh La La. That's okay. That's okay. Today is National Make a Friend Day. And that's what I based my choice on today for this book that I'm doing. And it's by quite a well-known children's author in so many different ways. And Jacqueline Woodson has received Newbery Awards. She's received Caldecott's. She's received ALAs. She's received Theodore Geisel Awards. She's received, I think, E.B. White Awards. There's a video on her website with Alicia Keys reading part of Brown Girl Dreaming, because it's a book that she won the Newbery for, but it's done in verse, and it's so... I remember when we got it for the library, I just loved it. It's a beautiful, beautiful young, let's see, I would say, well, I had it in my library, and mainly fourth and fifth graders, but it's through high school has checked it out. It's an amazing book. Okay, now I feel like I'm just not even hearing you. Oh well, I'm gonna go back to this. So yeah, so everybody, good to have you guys here. So this book, first off, let me check in and see everybody that's here. Everybody's doing well. I know that Tish has Friday Night Flip Cup and her panel going on. I don't know if Angie's on the panel tonight. I didn't check. I should have checked, but that's okay. The this particular author, like I wanted to show you this, some of the things. I mean, not very many children's authors have a TED Talk out there. She does. Jacqueline Woodson does. She said, I used to say I'd be a teacher or a lawyer or a hairdresser when I grew up. But even as I said these things, I knew what made me happiest was writing. And she has done some, she wrote on everything, everywhere. I remember my uncle catching me writing my name in graffiti on the side of a building. It was not pretty for me when my mother found out. I wrote on paper bags and my shoes and denim binders. I chalked stories across sidewalks and penciled tiny tales in notebook margins. I loved and still love watching words flower into sentences and sentences bloom into stories. Oh my gosh. Hello. So let's go back to her home here on the picture books, and I'll show you on her iPad. There. So Jacqueline Woodson, she's, let's see, first on the awards she has. She's won the MacArthur Foundation MacArthur Genius Award in 2020. Talented individuals who've shown extraordinary originality and dedication in their creative pursuits, and a marked capacity for self-direction. Wow. Hans Christian Andersen Award, the highest international recognition to an author and illustrator of children's books. Oh my gosh. So yeah, the Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award, which is Astrid Lindgren wrote Pippi Longstocking. Margaret A. Edwards for Lifetime Achievement, the Newbery Honor Medal, the Coretta Scott King Award, National Book Award, the Caldecott Medal, which I think she got for, and then tons of state awards. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, Showway is a book on kind of an autobiography done in quilt form. It's so amazing. But the picture books that she's done, she just goes on and on. Each Kindness is one I'm going to read later on. Coming on Home Soon is what she got the Caldecott honor for. The Other Side is what I'm reading tonight. Sweet, Sweet Memory, our Gracie Aunt, Visiting Day, Showway. Oh my gosh, she just goes on. And then that doesn't even count her middle grade, young adult. Some of the finest kids' chapter books that I've ever seen. Before the Ever After, Harbor Me. This one, Brown Girl Dreaming, is the one that I mentioned. I gave that to my grandniece as soon as it came out and said, Destiny, honey, this is for you. And it's amazing. Beneath a Meth Moon. Yeah, she doesn't pull punches when it comes to issues that kids run into. And so she's just an amazing author. And then the books, the illustrator is a gentleman named, hey, hi, Julie. Lurking is fine. Editing is good. So the E.B. White is the illustrator of the book I'm reading tonight. Like I said, I'm going to read The Other Side, which is by Jacqueline Woodson in honor of National Make a Friends Day. But these are some of the books that the illustrator has illustrated, like Jacqueline Woodson's Coming on Home Soon is a Caldecott honor. Each Kindness he did. Each Kindness. When I read that, I have to give you guys warning. For Each Kindness, you're going to need tears. But they go on and on for this illustrator. And it's just, I think he's illustrated, like talking about Bessie. Oh my gosh, the story of Aviator Elizabeth Coleman. That is such a good book. Oh, these books that he's done and his illustration, it's just amazing. But so one of the books that he's done, that the illustrator did, let me go back to that, the iPad screen, is, if you remember the movie Because of Winn-Dixie. It came out as a book first by Kate DiCamillo, and it was one of her very first books. It's a chapter book. And this is a new cover to it. So when it first came out and I got it in the library and I opened it and I read it, I'll tell you what I read this book and I still know the opening line, Because of Winn-Dixie, and it goes something like this. It goes, my name is India Opal Baloney, and last summer my daddy, the preacher, sent me to the store for macaroni and cheese, white rice, and 2 tomatoes. And I came home with a dog. That's the opening line of that book. I took that book home. I had a 25-minute, half an hour drive home from where I taught. I read it at every stoplight. I got home. I came in the house. The kids weren't back from sports and stuff yet. And I said, and when they did walk in, and I said, I'm reading, and nobody bugged me. And I sat and I read that book to the end. It's such a good book. So I still remember that. Hi, everybody. Yes, he says he's an artistrator. not an illustrator. You caught that. Good job, Helen. Yes. So right there, E.B. White says, E.B. Lewis, E.B. White, Charlotte's Web. E.B. Lewis, artistrator. Waiting for inspiration is a luxury you can't afford to live by. Oh, I love it. I just love it. And his illustrations are just so amazing. So down here you see on the bottom of his webpage, he says, what's EB up to? EB, the fine artist. So besides being a children's illustrator, he does fine artwork that is pretty spectacular. Yeah. So amazing. So amazing. But I hit the wrong thing again. Ugh. So since it is National Make a Friend Day, this book jumped out at me, and I knew knew when it was National Make a Friend Day that I wanted to read this book, so I got it out of the library. So it's not my personal copy. I would love to have it, but I always had it in the library, and it was always a well checked out book, and it just always meant a lot to me. So let's go back and say, not been well today, Angie. I'm sorry. Let's send you good energy. Yes, I like that, Helen, that you got that he's an artistrator, not an illustrator. I think that's pretty cool. Back to red wine tonight, Friday night. Yes. It's with friends for game night. Oh, good. Family member's birthday party. Well, we got our friends doing friends things tonight. That's awesome. Art Flow by Mo. Hey, how are you, Mo? Welcome. I'm so glad you made it. That's okay. So the thing about this book and why it means a lot to me. So I grew up, and I've got a book coming up that's going to talk about this too. But I often, the friends I had, it was interesting to see where they came from and what kind of different, and the different kind of things that they did and their families did, and how, I guess maybe my parents' generation had some ideas about, my mom at least did, not so much my dad, but my mom, about, what I should do, it was more about how I should behave and who I was with, and the influence that she thought I would have, because she thought I was not real good at staying out of trouble, which was possibly true. But one of the things I always admired about my parents was that they never, ever limited my friendships based on racial preferences, which for me is very important. It's what I grew up with and what I love. When we had migrant workers coming and living on our ranch on the farm, and the kids would come and I would know them, they would basically live below our house in the work cabins and go to school with me from the beginning of September. Actually, they came in August, and so they'd start school with me and they'd stay through November after the apples were picked, and I'd get to know these kids, and then they'd be gone. But then they'd come back the next year because the same families came back. But this whole mix and everything was always really important, that was something that you still had friends with, and that didn't matter. And in this book, The Other Side, two little girls find a way to become friends, even through barriers that are physical in several different ways. So, blessings to all on National Make a Friend Day. And here we go for the other side. Oops. By Jacqueline Woodson, illustrated by E.B. Lewis. And I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Of course, then I forget to take it off. And my family's all going like, well, where were you? And I'm like, oh, I was there, but didn't take it off. Do not disturb. That's okay. All good. The Other Side by Jacqueline Woodson and illustrated by E.B. Lewis. For Elizabeta and to Sean. That summer, the fence that stretched through our town seemed bigger. We lived in a yellow house on one side of it. White people lived on the other. And Mama said, "Don't climb over that fence when you play." She said it wasn't safe. That summer there was a girl who wore a pink sweater. Each morning she climbed up on the fence and stared over at our side. Sometimes I stared back. She never sat on that fence with anybody. That girl didn't. Once, when we were jumping rope, she asked if she could play. And my friend Sandra said, "No," without even asking the rest of us. I didn't know what I would have said. Maybe yes, maybe no. That summer, everyone and everything on the other side of the fence seemed far away. When I asked my mama why, she said, "Because that's the way things have always been." Sometimes when me and Mama went into town, I saw that girl with her mama, and she looked sad sometimes, that girl did. "Don't stare," my mama said. "It's not polite." It rained a lot that summer. On rainy days, that girl sat on the fence in a raincoat. She let herself get all wet and acted like she didn't even care. Sometimes I saw her dancing around in puddles, splashing and laughing. Mama wouldn't let me go out in the rain. "That's why I bought you rainy day toys," my mama said. "You stay inside here where it's warm and safe and dry." But every time it rained, I looked for that girl, and I always found her somewhere near the fence. Someplace in the middle of the summer, the rain stopped. When I walked outside, the grass was damp and the sun was already high up in the sky. And I stood there with my hands up in the air. I felt brave that day. I felt free. I got close to the fence, and that girl asked me my name. "Clover," I said. "My name's Annie," she said. "Annie Paul. I live over yonder," she said, "by where you see the laundry. That's my blouse hanging in the line." She smiled then. She had a pretty smile. And then I smiled. And we stood there looking at each other, smiling. "It's nice up on this fence," Annie said. "You can see all over." I ran my hand along the fence and I reached up and touched the top of it. "A fence like this was made for sitting on," Annie said, and she looked at me sideways. "My mama says I shouldn't go on the other side," I said, My mama says the same thing, but she never said nothing about sitting on it. Neither did mine, I said. That summer, me and Annie sat together on that fence. And when Sandra and them looked at me funny, I just made believe I didn't care. Some mornings, my mama watched us. I waited for her to tell me to get down from that fence before I break my neck or something. But she never did. I see you made a new friend, she said one morning. And I nodded, and Mama smiled. That summer, me and Annie sat on that fence and watched the whole wide world around us. One day, Sandra and them were jumping rope near the fence, and we asked if we could play. I don't care, Sandra said. And when we jumped, Sandra and me were partners, the way we used to be. When we were too tired to jump anymore, we sat up on the fence. All of us, in a long line. Someday, somebody's going to come along and knock this old fence down, Annie said. And I nodded. Yeah, I said. Someday. And that's the other side. That is a story. That's what children's books do. They tell a beautiful story in such a simple way, but sometimes with a meaning that hits so deep, like the fence that needs to come down in so many ways. Yeah, that was you growing up. Saddle shoes. Oh, I had saddle shoes. Remember polishing them, Deidre? Oh my gosh. Yes. Yeah, it was a pretty saddle shoes. Simple life. Awesome, simple stories, simple times. Well, I don't, I'm not so sure the times were simple, really, back then as much. My best friend in high school was black, and when I took her with me to a dance at the tennis club, my mom said, yeah, go, but are you sure Vicki wants to go? And I said, sure. Vicki, she was the first black girl to ever walk across the threshold of the tennis club. And boy, but we didn't care. She and I didn't care. Vicki, it's just, that's the way we didn't, it was just an interesting thing. And, it's those barriers that we work to, each of us as friends, make friends every day, and we work to take down. I think it's real important. And take down the fences. Yes, they had their turmoils. Deirdre, did you have a question or something? Yeah. Or simply questioning. Yeah, I love this, that the little girls found a way to connect on a fence, a simple fence. I mean, sitting on a fence is so much just kicking back and forth. And, oftentimes, it's, I follow a lot of photographers in Scotland and in New England, or in England, and the UK and Ireland, and it seems like their approach to fences is very different in their farmlands. Our fences here are no trespassing, keep people out, da 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 da. There they have like certain kind of stone things that so you can climb over the fence and you can keep walking through and go and get to places, and so you can go through fields and stuff, and nobody seems to mind. Here, unfortunately, we don't dare, because if somebody trips, too afraid of somebody tripping and falling on our property and something happening. Oh, that's a whole nother story. But yes, yeah. So back to this story. I'll go back and share a little bit. Oh, I just got my wine over here. But the artwork, if you take a look and you see anything else, and when I read Each Kindness later this month, by Jacqueline Woodson and illustrated by E.B. E.B. Lewis, his approach to painting is the same in so many ways. I'm pretty sure it's watercolor, the way it's done. After watching Helen Dietrich, that you said, Helen, on Discovery Plus, and watching her watercolor, it just seems that way, that it's so much in that aspect of the gentle, the softness, and the translucency that comes through. This fence on here just gets me every time. How it just starts at one corner of the picture, like a perfect lead-in line in composition, and goes out and carries you through. It just really, and the little girls that are connected with the rope. If you've ever jumped rope, my oldest daughter was placed second in the world in jump rope, speed jumping, and her team. And we went to national jump rope contests around and world jump rope tournaments. She was good at that. And double dutch, all those kind of things that you see, those competitions. Yeah, that's what she did up until 5th grade, when swimming took over. The saddle shoes. The girls where are the girls wearing? And the boots and the rain slickers. Who else has? Deirdre said she had saddle shoes. I can remember getting those things and polishing them. Yes. Look at that. The black and white saddle shoes, and there were brown and white ones too. And learning to polish shoes and polishing my dad's shoes. We had a whole thing of a shoe polishing kit. And those socks. Those little bobby socks. I love this. How she's reaching out, having her come up, and they sit on the fence. You notice how the fence is moved up in the picture from down here? That it's like the fence is moving back and there's more connection, more room for them to play together. This is beautiful. Just a hint of the girls. Look at that. I'll show you close over here. Look at that. How he does those strokes. Oh my goodness. And the grass in the fields. But this, where they're all playing together, where Annie came across. Annie didn't quite follow Mom's directions. She jumped off anyway, and she came over to jump rope. And they're all And yeah, someday we'll knock this old fence down. Look at how, see how in the other pictures there's not a sunlight, there's not a really, in the horizon or in the back sky, there's not a lot of light. But when she talks about knocking the fence down, look at the light. Oh, I just love it. I love it, obviously. Rubber boots, my mom used to put plastic bags on our feet to get them in the boots. Yes. Oh my gosh. Ah. Oh my goodness. I love double dutch. Yes. Yeah, I used to judge the jump rope contests. It was, oh my gosh. Speed jumping was really hard because you had to have a clicker, but then double dutch, and then the team events. Yeah, Annalena placed second in the world when she was in 4th grade and when she was in 5th grade for speed jumping and for freestyle. And her team came in. So, yes. So much, yes, exactly. There's a lot of symbolism in the books in this. And I think that's one of the reasons I enjoy sharing these so much, and I used to enjoy reading them, and the kids would check them out and take them home. And I oftentimes would get a note back from a parent that would, when I got a note back from a parent, which happened more often than not, that would say, wow, I didn't know that there was these kind of messages in the books. And they really are. They really are the type of things that the kids would feed into, and that would, like, this book would, especially, we would bring it out, and our counselor would read it. We would do it when we were doing things for conflict management and all kinds of stuff and whatnot, and it often came out to be read when there was, well, each kindness was brought out and read when there were a lot of new students that came to the school. And when I read that one, you'll understand why. But it it always makes a big difference, and we forget sometimes how much of an impact even these simple little things will make on children. And but I think we really forget how much of an impact these kind of stories can make on us. And each time I read this book, it makes me just really think of what is another barrier that I can take away and step back from and let go of, and in so many different ways. And the art, yeah, what a story. What a story. My goodness. Oh, you wore saddle shoes with your uniform for school. Ah, yes. That would have been things. Rubber boots, put plastic in. Love the plastic bags. The heavenly light. You noticed the heavenly light too, yeah. Yes, under your pleated, you wore your PE shorts under your pleat. I can remember my PE uniform that they had those little blue things that you could, and I altered mine. Yeah, I made it so it was as tight as possible. Made it pretty difficult to, like, do the exercises when you were afraid you're going to split the pants on them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm glad you woke up tonight too. Yeah. Ah, jump rope. My grandmother used to come home to our house and take her turn. Oh, she was friend grandma. Yay! Um, my when I can remember taking when we took the girls to Hawaii. Bryn was 4, and Annalena was 8, and we were on Maui, and we went down to the beach, and there was a guy on the beach jumping rope, and Annalena had already started being a jump roper, and she started talking to him, and she always had her rope with her no matter where she went. She used to care it is. But we used to give jump ropes as it was around birthday presents. We would tie jump ropes around birthday presents. So she had her rope. So she and this guy jumped rope for ages. But it was always just an amazing fun. And now it's one of those things that she she will go to the gym occasionally. I can remember a few years ago, she was Philip, her husband, told me this, that she was at the gym and there was a room off to the side, and next to like a weight room or the workout room and everything. She went in there and she grabbed the ropes and she was jump roping, and she basically had her back to the glass. And Philip said that there was a crowd of people that kind of just stopped, because it's not unusual for her to do 300 double unders in a row when she's this highly fit, very fit athlete. It always has been. But so there is a few she was doing this. This is the same girl that was on the treadmill when she was pregnant, and a nurse was next to her on another treadmill, and the nurse got off hers and walked up to her and said, "Hey, honey, when are you due?" And Annalena said, 2 weeks ago. And the nurse just about had a conniption fit because Annalena was like running on the treadmill. She was trying to get, that was with Layla, the first one. So jump rope has always been a thing in our life. It was not unusual in my house to have kids jumping all the time. All the time. Ropes, jumps. It was just something that we never minded. Yeah, never mind jump ropes. That's not so much I can do anymore. I'll watch, but I do enjoy it a great deal to watch that fitness and that fun. And Bryn, my other daughter, jump roped too, not as to the degree that Annalena did. And she just posted a video of herself on back at the gym trying to do double unders, and she then posted all her rope marks where they'd hit her legs. And Bryn is very fair, where Annalena has my kind of, she has my grandmother's hair. She has auburn, kind of chestnut auburn hair. It's got a little bit of red to it, but it's super, super curly, but she straightens it. Bryn has the white blonde hair, really white blonde. She's blonde, blue eyes. And Annalena is chocolate eyes and this beautiful chestnut colored hair. But so Bryn has this super fair skin, and she just ripped her, she'd hit her legs and she had all these bruise marks. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh well, that's the way it goes. But my friends, the other side, National Make a Friend Day. I love looking on the National Day calendar. There's the National Day calendar and there's an International Day calendar. So I've actually gone ahead and picked, and you can see I have things already. I've got tomorrow night's chosen and the next day, and then I have I have 94 chosen for a certain thing, and I have these chosen out, and I'm ahead, my little. See, you guys, I have never kept this good of a log and record of hardly anything. It's just not in my nature necessarily. I have hundreds of journals back behind me, and hardly any of them are full with anything. But this is my Keeping It Real log, and it has every story I've done since the beginning. And right there, all of them. The dates, the everything, okay? On my surgery day, where I posted, don't do anything responsible. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So all kinds of fun. So I love doing this. Absolutely love doing this. I'm already figuring out how I'm going to do this, because in late May, Bob and I are going to go to Yellowstone to see the bears. We're going to, oh gosh, we decided to do this. So I'm already figuring out how I can do lives from on the way, and then I can have one posted and what. So already doing that. Fun grandmas, that's us. All right. AM. It is. This is good. So everybody, it's been a delightful day. Helen, you guys, if you didn't see Helen's pour earlier today, I caught hers. I was gone most of the day, like I said, at my other Two Waters boards, people doing the inventory in our art room. But Helen's pour today in honor of her kitty, oh my gosh, it's just exquisite. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And so it's just wonderful. Yes, bears. Yes, bears. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I get a little excited about bears. I have to get my walks in, get my knee moving a bit because we'll be hiking up in some of the trails. Not too far. Not a big deal, but I still have to be able to haul my camera bag with me. And you would think, it wouldn't be that bad, but 20 pounds is a lot when you're on a little bit of a hike and a tripod and stuff. So I'm already looking at my camera bag right over there. That's what I'm looking at going, okay, what am I going to take out of there? What's going to be essential and what can I use? Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Oh yeah. Yes, lions and tigers and bears. Well, okay, lions you'll get after I come back in September from Botswana. Tigers, I won't see tigers. They're not in Africa. And I don't have I would love to see tigers in the wild. And I know people I could go with and to do that. And but it's not up there high on my priority list in terms of what I want to photograph and where I want to go. So Africa is elephants and the big five. That is high on there. Back to see the bears in Alaska is probably high on the list. And also, I really would like to go to see the spirit bears in Canada. Yeah. So Deirdre, if you could make that happen. Oh, wrong coast. That's right. You're in Alberta, not in BC. All right. You guys, I am, oh, Janet got her book today and the quotes. And those quotes are also my favorites. Yeah. I'm actually starting to collect quotes for another book. Yeah. Okay, I put it out there. I'd only had it in my head. See you guys, a glass of wine and you guys, and I'm blurting out my intentions. Oh, yes. Yay, Janet. Oh, that's cool. I did that with a piece that I took a poem that I really like and I put it on one photo that I call Breath and Balance. And it's kind of only something that I have. Yeah, it's pretty spectacular. I would love to see some of those, Janet. Yeah, really, really. Oh my gosh, you guys. All right, Dragon's Quest. Yes. What did I let slip? Oh, so Angie's got her dragon book by Yvonne P. that did the Sume ebook that we did, and but so keep it handy, Angie, because I think the dragons are coming to tomorrow night's story. Just saying. Yeah, it's just saying that the dragons are coming tomorrow night. And that's what I'm going to leave you with. So everybody, until next time, you guys take care. Oh, first off, hold it. We have to do this one more time before I do the end. One more. Okay. So, Friday. Keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight, you guys. It's all around. It's in your heart. And it's in your smile. It's in everything you do. Keep your thoughts with that beauty and just share it. Let every day be Make a New Friend Day, Make a Friend Day, and just whatever we can do to make someday today, when that fence comes down, I work every day to make that someday today. All right. Until next time, let's dance this party out. Oh. What happened? Hang on.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feel alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a
Hi,
model,
Janice.
better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you
Everybody's
on a